So in your exam, there's a number of these performance indicator calculation questions. So I think they're quite a pretty cool question to look at. You're just really playing around with the numbers. And I think it's understanding the relationship. So you need to understand the ratios, of course. Um, and for example, we're going to quickly run through as many of them here because they're all different. That's the thing. I can't really do one and ask you to do the others. I mean, I could, but this is better. But we can move through them quickly. So the business has sales for 30,000. So the key point here is understanding the relationships. The GP margin, of course, is gross profit as a percentage of sales. Of course, we know that. But really, what we're really saying is we have sales, less cost of sales, and then you have your gross profit margin. And technically, to have a margin of 30% really means that you have 100% minus 70%, which is equal to 30%. In effect, if you're right? That's what we're sort of saying. Right. So it says here that you have sales of 30,000. So if you had sales of 30,000, well, gross profit is 30% of that. So 30% of 30,000, right, is 9,000, isn't it? Which means that your cost of sales must have been 21,000. So this is your starting point. Just being comfortable with that relationship. Right. So let's carry on. Now, the next thing you are told is that your receivable collection period is 30 days. Now, what does that actually mean? Now, here's the thing. You know that receivable collection periods is really saying what percentage of all your revenue is still outstanding. That's the point. So, what percentage of all your revenue? So, you have trade receivables over sales. I've said what percentage. Now, instead of using, and when I say what percentage, I'm using the base of 100. But instead of using the base of 100, I can use the base of 365. I mean, it's just the way we talk about it. We're saying it's like equivalent fractions. As opposed to giving me the answer over 100, give me the answer out of 365. And so I can say, therefore, it's taking X amount of days for you to get in a year, for you to get your receivable. That's what really is going on here. I mean, it is just that, is it not? And we're just equivalating it to 365. So when you say 30 days, what you're really saying is that my trade receivables as a percentage of sales is 30 days out of 365. So the question here is if you know your sales, which is given to you, which is 30,000, I believe, then you can find out what your trade receivable is. So literally it's just 30,000 times 30 over 365. Yes, that's what we're saying. So 30 divided by 365 times your sale of 30,000, and that is 2,466. I'll round that up. And I apply the same principle, of course, to actually I might not be able to. These are taking some time, so I might. Oops, sorry. I might actually do separate videos for them. But let's carry on. And then your trade payables. Your trade payable question is asking you to do the same thing. Literally asking you what percentage of your cost of sales, if you like. So you bought all these goods throughout the whole year. So your purchases, in effect, what percentage is still outstanding? What have you not paid for? Remember, this was 21,000. So we're really saying here, as a percentage of that, what you've bought over the period, as a percentage, instead of using percentages, I'm just using days, right? 365. So what we're talking about here again is this sort of relationship between um, this relationship between days and percentages. So really, we're saying as a percentage of that, what is still outstanding? It's 48 over 365 as a percent, an equivalent fraction. So in effect, this thing here, which is what I'm looking for, your trade payables as a percentage of your cost of sales, is what 48 over 365 times 21,000. 48 divided by 365 times 21,000. Oops. 48 divided by 365 times 21,000, and that's 2,762. I'll just round that up. Okay, and then let's quickly finish off. Then you're given this current ratio, and but you're also inventory, and you know that the relationship between the current ratio and the relationship between the current ratio is really current assets over current liabilities, of course, and it's telling you this is 2 to 1, so this is 2/1. So you know you are given. I mean, so basically, in effect, you have a scenario where two is equal to current assets over current liabilities. I know that current liabilities are 27. Oh, sorry, I made an error. It says assume 360 days in a year. I'm not going to change the video. I think it's good that I highlight this, so I do this again, so you can see how easy it is to make a mistake. But you knew what the principle was. So, in correcting this very quickly, 30 over 360 is equal to x over 3000. 48 over 360 is equal to x over 2000. Is equal to x over 2100. What are my x's? So 30 divided by 360 times 3000 is, sorry, 30 divided by 360 times 3000 is 250. And so 30 days here. Sorry, my revenue is 30,000, not 3,000. So 21,000, right? So you have here 30 divided by 360 times 30,000 is 2,500. Let me just erase this. Here I have here 2,500, and here I have here 48 divided by 360 times 21,000 is 2,800. Okay, great. So now I have more amenable numbers for my, the numbers just looked a bit interesting. I was just thinking that just seems a bit odd. I have 2,800. So I have here current assets is equal to current assets over current liabilities is equal to 2. So my current liabilities I know is 2,800. So I have here that my current assets over 2,800 is equal to 2. So it means my current assets are equal to 2 times 2,800. Yes, 2 times that, because multiply that across. And then you have here 5,600. So my current assets are equal to 5,600. What does this mean? Well, I have inventory of 2,100. I have receivables of 2,500. So the difference must be my cash, because current assets are inventory plus receivables plus cash, right? So I have here 5,600 is equal to 4,600 plus X means that my cash is 1,000. My cash is 1,000, isn't it? Right, and this cash 1,000. Cool. This is a bit of a long video, so yes, I will pause this and then move on to the next video for the other ones. So hopefully you've worked that out, and you can see the error I made in my. But in principle, you're there. But it was that I was picking 365 as the closing year. Okay.